Hey guys, welcome to my channel. I'm Greg. I'm going to go over some smaller cap cryptos, tell you a little bit of strategy that I'm looking at. Most of these coins I'm already in anyhow. So, one of the reasons why I'm going to do this video is because just looking at some data and everything, like the NASDAQ that you can see on my screen. By the way, drop a like, hit the subscribe button. Be really, really appreciated. Is that the NASDAQ? Just looking at some data algos that I have, it's probably going to be peaking. It looks like December, January-ish, maybe even February. It's really hard to get that data to get that out there, and could be going into a correction. Similar data with Bitcoin, possibly around November. It looks like maybe a peak in November, October, November for Bitcoin. Could it go on longer? It could. GBTC, Grayscale Bitcoin Trust, looks like it actually could extend out farther. So maybe some institutional investors, smart money, big money players. Kathy Woods, by the way, is not smart money. She just buys dips, like everybody else in cryptocurrency market. Not everybody, but a lot of people. So anyhow, because she bought GBTC, by the way too early. She bought it way too early. So with GBTC, it looks like it extended out a little bit farther. It looks like those institutional investors I was mentioning before is that they're going into GBTC, maybe a MicroStrategy, or maybe going into the miners because they're all regulated and it's to them it's safer. Okay, so Bitcoin by itself is not safe. You know what I'm saying? You gotta buy it, put it in your wallet or stuff like that. And the SEC is not in control of it. That's how they're thinking. They're protected. So the big money's protected. You and I, we're not. They don't care about us, right? Even though they portray that they do. They put on a good show. You know what I'm saying? Good sideshow. Yeah, we're in for your best interest. By the way, we're gonna raise taxes next year, or stuff like that. Okay, guys. So here's the deal. What I'm gonna do is a peak in January. Let's say November to January, right? Let's say there's a peak. Hypothetical, right? In the NASDAQ, maybe there'll be a correction. How deep will it go? Don't know. And Bitcoin's going to have a correction. So that means probably Ethereum is going to have a correction too. Maybe Ethereum, I'm trying to like suss out too if Ethereum's going to have a little pump after, usually Bitcoin rides up a little bit and then Ethereum might trail along. I'm trying to find signals for that. It looks like there might be a maybe in there. Also looks like might not have a one of those for Ethereum. But anyhow, I'm going to go over the small cap cryptos. Now, here's the thing I want to make a warning for too, guys, okay? So if you're in the cryptocurrency market, the majority of your bag should be in Bitcoin, okay? The quote unquote safest one out of them all. So like most of everything for your pump for going into Bitcoin right here, right? So here's Bitcoin. Let me take off all these fair value gaps for the time being. Here's Bitcoin, right? So let's say I have a target 40 here. So you got Bitcoin. So most of everything should be in Bitcoin, okay? Just to let you guys know when you're doing, you're in the cryptocurrency market. Now, if you want to forget Bitcoin and just be all in the altcoins, hey, that's on you. Just to let you know. Okay. So I'm going to go over some coins I'm looking at. Now, the first one is Nakamoto Games. Okay. So Nakamoto Games is doing a correction. I still think that Nakamoto Games here might do another push up. It's in this correction area for it, okay? And I think this was potentially got a third wave here. It's going to have had a sideways second wave. So here's an example. You see this sideways one. It didn't go deep, and up here it's going to go deep. Maybe hit the 21, and then maybe a tag back up there. So the deal is with Nakamoto Games, guys, it's done its wave. It could come back up, and then it'll be a correction back down to these areas again, okay? And then it could do another run up. Okay, what I'm looking at for Nakamoto Games. So if you want to take that risk and exit and then pick it back up here, you could be looking at a pretty, let's say it's back down to these areas, a pretty decent 100, 200, 2x move on Nakamoto Games. Okay, guys, it's already done. So if you already entered in there, we've already done 200% on an entry with Nakamoto Games right there. So this one's kind of a little bit different. It already did a run. But you see this run that it did. You see this run that Nakamoto Games was able to pull off. There's some cryptos I'm looking at that can do a move like this. So between now and December, a 2 to 3x on a portfolio, excluding Bitcoin and Ethereum, unless you're leveraging up, is discount. But on these other smaller cap cryptos, it could. Now, here's the thing. You're probably going to have to be very aggressive on your entries, okay? And you're going to have to be aggressive on your exits too. Now, why am I saying that it's going to come up and do a correction and then swing back around? On Nakamoto Games, just have to see how this is going to play out. I'm not really too sure how long this is going to be in this section over here, okay? So that's going to make a difference. But if Bitcoin is going to come up into, let's say, 40-ish to 48-ish, who knows right now, okay? And it's going to do a correction. You're going to have some smaller cap cryptos going up, and they too will be doing a correction, okay? So obviously there's going to be a risk entering in, and there's going to be a risk exiting, because you could exit, say, on Nakamoto Games, and maybe it just comes here. You're expecting to come down here. Next thing you know, it gets up there, right? So there's a risk both ways on this. The goal here for this video, okay, depending on how you want to do it, is to get a 2x, possibly even a 3x. So this technically, let me see. So this was 200%, right? Let's say 200%. That's more than a 2x, isn't it? Yeah, because 100% is 2x, and a 200%. Let me see, what was the price down here? Price is 20 cents basically, and it went up to, yeah, it's more than a 2x, 20 to 4, because 40 cents is 2x, and it went up there, so it's more than that, okay? So shooting for that 3x, I think, is going to be reasonable. Now, between now and, say, the end of the year, November timeframe, October, November, maybe December, if you take a crypto portfolio, in my opinion, and you can triple that, double or triple that, you're a beast. You truly are a beast. I'm not talking about just one coin. I'm talking about the whole thing, okay? So Nakamoto Games is one that you want to keep your focus on, okay, guys? Now, the other one is, to check this out, it's going to be Solana too. So Solana's going up into this move, okay? And it's above the 200 period moving average. You guys probably seen the video. If you put your trend line on Solana, it's busted out of it. And that's getting a lot of people bullish on it and checking it out. So that means you want to ride the wave with them. But I think they're going to be a little bit too early on Solana, because I think Solana is going to maybe do another push up, and then it's going to come back down and correct. So if you take a look at the weekly on Solana, what it did, okay? So wherever this is going to end up on Solana. So Solana is right here, okay? You see it's got this wave over here. It came over here and corrected it, and now it's got another wave in here. It's just struggling to get out of there, guys. I don't think it's going to do a straight shot, but you take a retrace. Wherever this is going to end up, okay? It could have ended right there, or let's say it gets up to those areas like 24-ish or something like that. Come back around for a 50% retrace. 16, 17, 18 bucks, okay, on Solana for a push all the way up to 31, okay? All the way up to 31 is 70, and then you're looking at 2x right there. It could get in those areas at 37, 38, right over here on Solana, okay, guys? That's the one I'd be checking out. You're probably not going to get 200% on Solana, but you never know. It could. You never know with Solana. I mean, a lot of people are bullish on it, so it's just going to depend on where this sucker is going to retrace right now. I think it might have one more push up, guys. One more push up on Solana, and I'm going to do a correction. Okay, so that's one I'd be checking out. Another one is going to be UFO Gaming. Okay, UFO Gaming. This is going to be definitely high risk, but right over here, you got a double bottom. Okay, so now I have algos saying this right here. It's going to actually has a positive on the daily and higher time frame charts. This is going to be positive going into this section right over here, guys, for whatever reason. It's like meme coin style freaking crypto here, okay? But definitely going to be working on past that 200 period moving average into these areas potentially. And with let's say right down here at the bottom, you're looking at something in those areas for 100, maybe even get lucky, get 180, 170, 180% move right there, guys. So up to there, boom. Okay. And more than likely, because it's going to be a struggle, so here's this wave. This is definitely, to me, is an impulse wave over here. That was a 6, 7x move. You can check it, and it's over here. So what it's likely to do, you know, make this move, and then it's going to go back into a correction when Bitcoin and everything else. So up to say September, maybe October, move like that, back down, and then it can get out of there. Is what I'm going to suspect that it's going to do. I don't think this thing is going to start doing a shot, but it, you know, you just never know, guys. So that's why you want to have an entry into that. All right, Vicoin's another one I'm checking out. Obviously, I'm in this. I'm very bullish on this one, but this one too, if you can get this back down into an entry at this 5 cents, 6 cents area, it come back down in this area, guys. This is to me is it could do a shot just like right here. I don't think it's going to, you know, just start doing a moonshot like that, but another one here and back up to this supply zone right up here on not UFO game, but Viacoin, and you're looking at some serious moves, potential, you know, 400, 500, 600% on that move right there, guys. So get back down in these areas, okay, a little bit of a correction, and then it can do a swing right up there real quick, okay. 2x on that one could be pretty quick, pretty easy, okay. Veracity coin is another one. It's almost similar to Vicoin in this section right over here. I think it's going to come back down a little bit more, possibly down to 0.0040, something like that. I'd be looking for a move, a quick little move right here on this bad boy, come up and test those areas, and it actually should go up into the pink. If you get lucky, goes up into the pink, you know, that supply zone up there, which is like 400%. And this one, but just beyond all-time highs, is a 2x, 200%, I should say. The 100% is a 2x. Actually, 200% would be, you know, almost a 4x on that one right there. So these coins that I just showed you, I'm actually already in these coins. So I'm actually down like 25% on UFO gaming because I entered too early. So what's the other ones I'd be checking out here is, let me see here. What are the other ones I was checking out? Nakamoto Games. I went over Metis. I don't think it's going to be, you know, that's another one if you want to try to play with that one, that's another one for sure. For another run, like over in this area, just have some positive movement for algos and everything going over in this area. I just don't think it's going to be, you know, a massive hit over there. But, you know, you could be looking at something like that, a 2x on Metis, potentially for a run over here and then probably correct back down, guys. Okay. That's just my estimate of what possibly going to be doing. Caspa coin, guys, is that it's looking like this one right here is going to be going up, making this wave right here. Okay. This is potentially a wave, and it's going to correct back down to here. Okay. So if you're not already in Caspa, like into here, and eventually it's going to make its way up there, it's going to have a correction, potentially right back down to the 200 on the daily, just like so. Okay. So it might hit and then boom, 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 back over here. And then it can do another run over there like that. With Caspa coin, you know, just making a hit just like that is your 2x. Okay. So I'm saying these are trades. These are trades to protect yourself from what could be coming after the NASDAQ does a peak, right? The NASDAQ does a peak and maybe Bitcoin goes up to the 48.55 and it's going to do a major correction. Well, a significant correction, I should say. You know what I'm saying, guys? So just to say that, hey, I got in, I doubled the money. Heartcoin is another one I'm looking at. And this one right here, okay, you can see Heartcoin, nice impulsive move, nice swing back over here. I like to see it hang on to this 40 on the weekly. It might come back down, tag that demand zone again, but I'd be certainly looking at a quick little swift move up there for 200, 250% on it. Definitely higher targets on here, but, you know, I'm just saying these are trades. These are trades. This is not a long-term deal, guys. This is not a long-term deal that I'm going over here, okay? So that's another one. Other word, GLQ. Let's see. Go over Gala a little bit later. Engine Coin. Engine Coin is another one, and I was checking this one out, okay? So it's looking like it's going to be doing a move. Let me put the fair value gaps on this one, because for Engine is a target. So it came down, filled these gaps right here, right? Filled it in a double bottom, and it's coming up. I think it's going to have a little bit more of a correction back down to these areas, but this is certainly going to be a target right here on Engine Coin, guys. So back down there, you see that little gap right there? I'll probably fill that right there, and then boom. So like 116%, and potentially, depending on how bullish it is, you could be looking at 180% on engine coin, guys. But I want to show you guys that there's a little gap down there. You see that? It's probably in this area heading for that, and it'll bounce off that. As a matter of fact, if you're just in a like place where you're just doing trades, you're not holding the coins, spot coins, I wouldn't be surprised if you just put like a 0.0269 or something like that on engine, and then boom, it starts getting out of there, guys. Because to me, what it looks like at a minimum for a lot of these coins, I just went over on a previous video. You can see this is a three-way swing all the way back around into this section, right? A pretty good impulsive wave over here, and then back down over here. And at a minimum, it's going to be targeting these areas. This whole area on Fibonacci is the way I have it on there. This 1-to-1, 786, 1-to-1, and all that's all the way up to 1.618, depending on how bullish this could get. But once it's finished in wherever it ends up, there's going to be another significant correction. That's why I'm saying these are trades. These are going to be short-term swing trades that I'm looking at. Okay. I think you got a couple more weeks to think about this, at least a week, maybe a couple more weeks or something like that, except for maybe Bitcoin. Okay. So those are the ones I'm looking at. I've gone over some other coins, but that's pretty much what I'm looking at, guys, for these trades. And I was looking at shorts, the short two. I told you guys I'm in this short trade with Bitcoin Cash, and it's probably going to be targeting like 230, 240 or something like that to the second, the 21 period moving average. And this is going to be one too, guys. So definitely. So it's I'm not sure, probably exit out at the 21, but the 40 is definitely a target for that. And another one I was looking at too, guys, is that, if you see compound, so here's compound, right? A lot of people are going to get bullish on this. And there's a good shot that this could make its way back up to that 60, 70, 80% range. But I definitely think that this is going to be going into correction, guys, over in this section for a short trade. And on the daily, if it gets back up beyond this 9-period moving average back into these areas, like so you see I have alert right now for 64 to see if it busts that. Don't think it's going to bust it, but I just have it just in case. And the algos and everything are just saying it's going to be more like sideways rather than a dump, kind of like Bitcoin Cash. But anyhow, in this area, that it would be targeting definitely the 21. So the 21 will be going like this, and then you got the 40 will be going like this, and it can go up, and then it could be a trade like that. So like this would be a 25, 30% move on that one on the short side, if you can believe that. So you'd be going short. I'll be going short, possibly on this and on Bitcoin Cash, and then going long on the other coins, if you can believe that. Kind of funny how that's be going on right now in the cryptocurrency market, guys. So that's what I'm looking at. There's some other coins too that I'm not going to go over, that I think are pretty decent, that have the ability to do some pretty quick moves. Like this one's Gamers, potential right there. Nakamoto, no, I really went on Nakamoto Games, but what's some other ones? Just going through the list real quick, guys. Shield Protocol's not done yet, guys. It's going to be a patient game, waiting deal for Shield Protocol, in my opinion. I think it's going to be coming back down to test this area, the 60 cents, 77 down to 60 cents. This 200 period moving average, it'll probably be up here. So definitely this whole demand zone, and then it could tag this fair value gap down in this area. It's just very bullish. I think it's going to take its time. So you have a move from here to here, which was 130 days more or less. And then now it's in a correction, and it's been in that correction for 51 days. So you can expect a correction, maybe even go out to even September, guys. Here's a move and then back up. And I think it's going to be coming back down here. But otherwise, that this one right here and a long dragged out second wave correction, there's a lot of confluence with this previous fourth wave area right down here in this section, guys. Boom, tag probably to there, and then you can get ready to go on to another move. But that one's not one that I would play with between now and probably October, November, even December, guys. Okay. other coins too, like Velo coin. I've gone over that a little bit. Also too, these are smaller ones to get the 100 to 200% move, which some of them could do it. I was looking at H bar, and H bar is really, really interesting coin here, guys. Because I was looking at H bar and it went back down into this demand zone. You can see it filled that gap right down here, here like this, and then it's coming back down here. There's a shot with H bar like just like this, a shot right to that area and then hit that gap right there, 159%. But it's a larger cap crypto. It could have, well, I don't want to say that. Sometimes it did do a pretty good rip right there. Let's see here. Did a rip right there, 159%. And then another, I would, yeah. So it's looking like probably another 159 back up in that area, guys, for H bar. Potentially. I would probably go a little bit lower on that one, actually, guys, and not even count on 159. I'd say like maybe 100% move at 2x, basically. So those are the coins I was looking at, guys. I just want to go over it with you and show you some things that I'm looking at. The reason I wanted to put this together, as I said before, is that it just, like with Bitcoin, okay, with Bitcoin, it's looking like it's going to be trending up into these areas. And you can see the time that I have down here. So here we are in July, and then going into, August, maybe another correction, September, October, and just making its way up in that area. Once it gets up there, there will be a little bit of a correction. And then I have algos suggesting with the some of the cryptos that I went over that they do have a potential to trend up pretty good. And then there's going to be, looks like a possible correction. How deep, how much of a correction is going to be, don't know. And don't know that for Bitcoin. Don't know that for Bitcoin, guys. So just the plan to get a 2 or 3x, by November, December timeframe, guys, with some of the coins. So you're going to have to be aggressive in and aggressive coming out. Okay. And just stick to the plan. Just say, hey, I got this coin. As an example, let's say looking at Aave coin, right? I haven't looked at it too much as recently, but Aave coin is like Solana, right? So here's this downtrend, boom, and it broke it. It could come back around and test the trend over here, take some time over here, and Aave coin could make a move up to that gap up there, guys. Okay, as an example. And what I would do, it's 90%, almost a 2x. I would just stick to the plan. You entered, and you're like, okay, I got my 2x, and just freaking exit. Okay, just do it. Just do it. Okay, you're like, I want to 2-3x my portfolio between now and the end of December. If the stuff keeps going up, which I doubt that it will. I mean, there's a possibility that could happen. I don't see these things going into a bull market right now. Think about that, guys. You really think this is going to go 1, 2, and then start going into moonshot 3? You think so? I mean, if you think so, then hold on to it. But I mean, like, I don't think the probability is there that that's going to be happening. Okay, particularly with Bitcoin. If the guy, this Koosh guy on Twitter is right, and this thing is going to 175K, you're going to want to see Bitcoin come down and start doing a very, very swift moves. It'll be very swift. This will be a third wave. It'll be back down here in this area, and it just start getting out of there. And these will be just minor corrections. Like if he's correct, which I don't think that he is, I think the probability is pretty low. If he's correct, this comes down. This will be very swift, and it'll just it'll be like this, guys. You just these moves like this, and it'll just be taking off. And a lot of people they'll be waiting for a correction like this, and then you probably won't have anything until it's way up here, and then you get this correction right here. And then it'll be the same story all over again. This is the top, and it's going back down here, just like it is right here. It'll be the same story all over again, because it'll be doing a correction, maybe pretty sharp correction, but then they'll say it's coming down to 10,000 and then take off. That's what you're going to want to see, guys. Very, the corrections they'll be scary, but they'll just come down. Bitcoin be scary, wick, and then start getting out of there again, guys. Okay. I doubt we're going to have this slow moving one like this one here. unless it does a sideways consolidation. So here's a 1, 2, and come up 3, 4, 5, and then go sideways like this. That's a potential, possibly. But usually third waves, guys, it's like this is this. Here's your first of your third, and that's the third. So there was your chance right there, and then it was off, and that's what you're going to want to see. You're going to want to see something like that. So if this is 1, 2, just like over here, 1, 2, that's your third, and if that guy's right, then you'll be looking at something like that. Maybe not that long, but you see. So that would be your third, back down fourth, and then going up to that area. That's what you're going to want. This is what that's going to have to be if he's correct. Okay. And it'll just be up there by October. By October, guys. Let's see how long this one take. Not very long. These won't take long. 126 days. So you're looking at 30, 60, 90, 4 months. 4 months from now, guys. 4 months from now. And then most of the move should be over with if that guy's correct. And just blow people out of the water. I hope he is correct. I hope he is correct. And it starts getting out of there. But I'm not counting on it, guys. Anyhow, that's the end of my video. If you made it all the way to the end, do me a huge favor. Drop a like. Hit the subscribe button. Peace.